What is going on, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be looking at this budget 3K Brazilian amp over here. I've not tried out one of these yet on the channel, so we're going to be hooking this guy up, seeing what we can do. Super excited, guys. Real quick, guys, gotta give a huge shout out to Big Jeff Audio for sending me this amp, along with some subs to test with it. Right now, he has this amp on sale for $299 on his website, so go check it out. One thing I love about Big Jeff is, one, he has great prices, but two, every time I've ever bought something from them, they have shipped that thing out super fast. Remember when they ship it out the same day, and it shows up at my house at most 2 days later, so I really appreciate that. If you want to check this out, there will be an affiliate link in the description below. First off, comes really nicely packaged. Won't have to worry about this guy getting damaged. Nice and secure inside here. In the box, one thing that I really love about AudioPipe, when they ship out their amps, they always ship out a fuse block and a fuse. Of course, they say a 200 amp for this guy, so that is super cool. Hey, one, you get a nice fuse block. Two, you don't have to guess at how many amps to push this guy. They'll send you the fuse fuel for it. You also get the telephone wire style cable and this pretty cool bass knob over here. This bass knob is metal. It's got kind of a cool grate up top, so a different look than most other bass knobs on the market. We do have a metal knob over here, and we have a power and clip light on the knob. I love seeing that. We'll also get all the Allen keys that you'll need, as well as screws for the bass knob, and they give you screws and washers and lock washers for the amp. That is pretty neat as well. Here's the amp, guys. One thing I love about the AudioPipe amps, they have their own design, own look to them, which is really great. For a brand that makes a lot of awesome budget options, I really love that they're not cookie cutter looking. You know, they have their own cases, their own designs for the subs, that sort of thing. And of course, no exception here. This looks like what you would expect from an AudioPipe amp. Starting with down here, we have 0 gauge inputs. We'll test out to make sure that the oversized sky-high wire fits in there, but it looks like it will. And on this side, we do have our RCA input and output. They are not Tiffany-style connectors, but they feel really solid, so that's cool. We have high, low-level crossovers. You can see those amounts right there. This is a full-range amp, so not just limited to bass. Of course, we have our gain. Then it does have bass boost and a bass frequency from 35 to 90 hertz. And then over here, it looks like these are easily 8 gauge outputs, but I believe we could squeeze 6, maybe even 4 gauge into there. Now, real quick, guys, you know, of course, the sponsor of today's video, Alfred Audio, the owners of Death Bonds and Avatar. Super quick word from them, guys. Then back to the video. What is going on, guys? Do you like super high quality, awesome equipment? Oh, sorry, not this guy. Sorry about that. But do you like super high quality equipment that looks awesome, sounds awesome, and outlasts pretty much everything that I have tested out on this channel? Well, if you do, that is why I love partnering with Death Bonds. I put all the Death Bonds subs through my most extreme test out of any sub, and y'all, they make it through, and that is just ultimately why I love them. Also, their stuff looks super cool, not cookie cutter whatsoever. Now, whether you want an awesome amp, an awesome sub, some great crisp door speakers, Death Bonds has you covered. I can't say enough good things about them, y'all, and I know most of y'all have seen the videos. You have seen how well these things do. There will, of course, be a link in the description below to Alfred Audio. Go check them out. We really appreciate them supporting the channel. Now, back to the video. Now, a lot of you guys will know when I started the channel, the first actual decent amp that I bought for the channel, at the time, I was making videos in my Jeep. Y'all leave a comment if you're an OG and you remember the Jeep on the channel. That was a ways back. But anyway, we bought the APC LE 1500.1, I believe it was. That thing was so cool. Actually ended up being a really awesome amp. After that, I think I upgraded to a Scar RP2000, which honestly I did not like as much as the AudioPipe amp. The AudioPipe amp did better. And then from there, I got a AudioPipe 3000 watt half bridge amp. That amp did really good. It was pretty cool, but y'all, it was massive. It was easily 4 times the size of this thing, if not more. It was just a big old amp. But hey, we had that for a while. And then of course, from there, I believe I went to the 12K tar amps. All that being said, guys, it's kind of super exciting to test out something else from AudioPipe, since this is kind of where I got my channel started. Starting out of here, we have the warranty manual. This does have a 1-year warranty on it. Of course, you gotta fill out one of these registration forms should you need to warranty it. And then over here we have the user manual. You can see they make these things in a 1500, 3000, 5000, and 8000 at a 1 ohm version, so pretty cool there. And they are CEA rated, which is nice. All right, down here, this is what we really care about, guys. At 4 ohms, we have 890 watts. At 2 ohms, we have 1,750 watts. And at 1 ohm, we get that 3,000 watts. Next up, we're gonna pop it back off, just so y'all can see all the amp guts that we got going on here. Y'all, I love how, you know, they pack everything into these tiny amps. Super cool. Now, I'm not an amp expert, so I'll let y'all take a look and see what you think. But yeah, there it is, guys. There you go. As I mentioned, Big Jeff was nice enough to send me 2 of their BDC2s as well, 12-inch versions. I've done reviews on these in the past, guys, but that was a long time ago, before I had all the equipment and all sort of the setup that I have now. If you would like me to do an updated review on these guys, really put them to the test, see how they do in all the different tests, let me know, guys. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, gonna be hooking these up alongside the amp in the truck and see how it does. Okay, these guys barely fit in the SCAR box. Literally a perfect fit, so hey, can't complain about that. Here's some of the oversized, you know, car audio 0-gauge wire with a ferrule on it. Both of those fit in there just perfect, which is good. This over here is sky high 0-gauge wire, so all good there. I really like seeing that. One of my biggest complaints with the tar amps 3Ks is that most of them won't accept that oversized car audio 0-gauge wire, but in this case, this guy does it just fine. Fellas, amp is hooked up. It is just crazy how small this guy is for a 3K. Of course, got the SMD meter hooked up so we can see how much power this thing puts out. Subs hooked up, ready to go. Let's get it. Got everything hooked up. Got the SMD meter hooked up so we can see how much power we get out of this thing. Got the fuse they gave us in there. Got the knob hooked up mainly just so we can see the clip light up front. But let's see what this thing does. We got the truck on. You can see little light is on right there. Light is on there. Let's get it. All right, have these things in here. Let them bump around with the subs breaking a little bit. Make sure everything with the amp was all good. Just for normal kind of driving around. All good so far. So we're gonna play some songs to it. You're gonna see kind of what this thing can push. Then of course we're gonna turn on the SMD meter down there so you can see how much actual power this amp puts out. I'm excited to see what it does, guys. So again, for being such a tiny package, this amp puts out the power. This is a really sweet setup, especially kind of paired up with these AP subs. In my opinion, a great budget option, something I totally would have done, you know, back in the day. Pretty stoked on this, guys. So next up, I'm just going to show y'all the little clip-in indicator on the meter just to show you that it does work. It is super, super handy. I love seeing we have clip indicators on, you know, these kind of more budget full-bridge amps that are coming out. Guys, I would have saved so many subs back in the day if I would have had a clip indicator where I could see it. They are just so, so useful. Like I said, clip indicator is super, super neat, guys. But next up, let's see how much power this amp does in the real world. Now, these subs are wired down to a final impedance of 1 ohm. That being said, guys, as subs start playing, as they get hot, the impedance rises. So we're not going to get down to that 1 ohm. So we're probably not going to see the 3,000 watts that this thing can do at 1 ohm. But hey, we should probably rise up to around 2 ohms or so. So hopefully we'll get, you know, maybe 2,000 watts or so. Let's see what it does. Y'all, the meter's set to real-time power, so it'll show the actual power coming out. Let's see what it does. As you can see, they are rising up to about 3.5 ohms, so not getting crazy power. It's peaking up to about 2,000 watts, but staying a little closer to that 1,000 to kind of 1,200 range, at least on clean power. So not too bad, but I'll have to figure something out where we can really test this guy. Next up, let's do a 40 hertz test tone just for the heck of it. See what it does up the clipping. We've got this guy set at dyno power. Then it'll go up to the clipping point and then it should quit. Let's see how much power we get. 1,200 watts at 3 ohms. And you did see the clipping light did come on. Another video I said I thought maybe the clipping light was going bad on that meter, but hey, it worked there, so seems to be good. Guys, I really want to see if we can get this thing wired down to about 0.5 ohm. That way we can see what it does when it does rise up to about 1 or 2 ohms. See if we can just, you know, see some higher scores from this guy. So let's figure something out. Over here we have a Sundown ZV6. This is a dual 1 ohm, so of course we have it wired to 0.5 ohm. Let's see what it does. There we go, 2,000 watts. Guys, not bad at all. That is with the truck running. Of course, we're charging about 14.4 volts right now. There you have it, guys. That was fun. Cool to break out the big old sub we got back here once again. But anyway, you saw it there. Getting up to like 2,500 watts at about 1.4 ohms. So if we were able to get down to 1 ohm, we probably would get pretty close to that 3,000 watts. So overall, guys, I have to say, amp doing pretty good. There you have it, guys. I gotta say, overall, very happy with this thing. 1, I love that it is so small. 2, I love it's got a unique design. Nothing like any other brand out there. 3, it puts out the power. And 4, so handy, we have a clip light on the bass knob. I love that a bunch of companies are doing that now. Hopefully that'll kind of become the industry standard. And 5, I love that this thing is $300 over on BigJeffAudio.com. So link in the description below if you want to go check it out. That is an affiliate link, so should you purchase something through that link, guys, I get a little bit of a kickback, which really, really helps. That is the best way to support the channel, so thank you guys so much. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Remember, as always, guys, keep basing on.